All right, Transformers, we're live. Angelo Reynolds Sr. here. And you guys have been such an amazing group like you always are. And so we're beginning. You know, I love the nature at its best because the beauty of outside is where we start, where we begin, and where our journey resonates to happiness and full fulfillment. So this week, if you guys have been following us, we've had a wonderful time thus far. And so if you're going to be joining the broadcast, I'm live right now, but I'm talking about what do you know about God? We're coming from a spiritual transformation of what we think and do on a daily basis. And so the question, as I began all week and as I'll pose to you now, if you've been following us, you know we've been talking about the main ingredients, if you will, that characterizes our relationship with God. And why are those things so important, and what we should do in essence to try to develop a personal closeness with Him, the Almighty. And so we've been talking because I felt necessary that sometimes I think we get so engulfed in the trenches of finding what we're doing, trying to find the essence of oh, we had problems there. Okay, so finding the essence of your awareness and being cognizant of the spirituality of your walk. And so many of you have talked or sent inquiries about questions about you may have had in the past about developing a personal relationship or what you characterize as your relationship with God. And so listen, every man's journey, every man's peace, and every man's walk is so unique in a way that we can't minimize the passion that you have for your spiritual growth. And so that's what this week is about. It's not about a particular religion. It's not about a particular practice or praise, but it's more about finding the common ground of the greater being than mankind here. And so that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that obviously if you have a desire or you are aware or have a presence of a higher power, then you're in the right place, because as you all know, there is something more greater than power of man here on the universe. And so with those things, in essence, we talk closely about the presence of God. And what do I know? So let's get right into it. If you're on the air, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to join us, I'm Angelo Reynolds Sr., that is. This is the Transformers Academy, and this is about what I know about God. And so 3 or 4 things that really resonates with me amongst the many things that I do know, but the essence of love, peace, joy, happiness, forgiveness, they really stick out for me. And the reason why these things stick out for me is because I believe as humans, as people, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to love one another. And I believe that if we have love in our hearts, if we have peace in our minds and in our presence, that we learn to forgive people. We learn to have joy and hope to others, bring the awareness of people and make them feel good. And I talk candidly about God's presence of love because people say to me, well, you know, there's a whole lot going on in the world. And the question that arouses all the time is, well, you know, there's so much evil going in the world. There's so many bad people going on in the world. There's so many things that are happening to innocent people. And I always tell people, I can't answer that. But what I can answer is God's love and His presence. You got to remember all too many times that we like to blame, or not necessarily like, but we do blame God for a lot of things that happen. And many times, you know, I really disagree with the notion about why did God let this happen? Why did God do this? And why did God do that? And when you talk about those things, we forget that God couldn't have caused those ill wills and those bad things to happen because God is love. And when He's love, He's peaceful. And just think about how He's forgiven us for the things that we've done and shared the joy among all people. So when we think about evil, obviously we're not talking about God. When we're thinking about forgiveness, we're thinking about love. And we're thinking about the peace that we can bring that resonates and rubs off on another person. And so when I think about God's presence and when I think about what I don't know a whole lot about what people say. Again, we're not here to preach, or we're not here to talk about the religious component, but obviously you've been in a place where you had to reach beyond the means of what man could do. And that's what I'm talking about. The benefits of having the high power spirit of the universe greater than man. And so when we think about those things, we have to place ourselves in the capacity of vibration and knowing that God is oneness. And because he's joyous and because he shares peace, love, and happiness, he's also forgiveness. And all the things that we've done and that we continue to do as people here on earth and the mistakes that we make, remember, he's always in your corner. So that's what I want to make sure that we do understand. And in the essence of that, we're talking about, because if you're on the air, let us know, send us a heart, share this with your colleagues, share with your friends, because you guys know that we come from the Transformers Academy in 3 or 4 different ways: relationships and careers, health and wellness, education, spirituality, but also spiritual growth. And what we're talking about today, having the essence of spiritual connectiveness with God. And so if you're on the air today, or if you know someone who has sort of disseminated and separated themselves from the power and divine spirit of God, now is the time for you to share your experiences with people. Guess what? I can tell you now, the stories that you all and the experiences that you've had, they become useless unless we're able to share those things with other people. And because we've all gone through a transformation, and we're all going through some type of a challenge or obstacle or setback or some type of failure, there's always the ill will of the evil side of the universe. Nothing necessarily related to God himself, but something that always stands in the way of us moving from one place to the next. And so that's what this video is really about: finding the peace at hand and finding where to place yourself in the essence of a walk, and finding the best recourse to connect with your higher power. Listen, the man that is afraid of a higher power is the man who has no direction. And so I always tell people, I don't know who said it, but someone said, you know, the man who fails to plan plans to fail. Well, it's the same thing with spiritual connectedness. If you're on the universe and if you're here as a human being and you have no spiritual connectedness to some type of higher growth, then you might want to seek out something beyond mankind. Because guys, you know that up here on earth, man can be some of the most ridiculed and inept species on the earth. And so, but if you do know and have your connectiveness and do you know God, then you'll find yourself in a better direction, in a way that is not necessarily easy, but it gives you a lot more insight. And so when you have that presence of forgiveness and love and joy and peace and hope, I guarantee you, think about how many other people could, if they had those characteristics that you possess of love, peace, joy, hope, happiness, and forgiveness. Think about how better the world could be if we shared that with just one other person. And so what I pledge to you, as I always do, if your willingness and desire on your heart that you do have an essence of the connectedness of God, then that you'll find a place and a space and a time where you can share this video, but also your insight as to what you know about God himself. And I can guarantee you, when we do that, you'll be surprised of the life that you could save, even your own, when you identify the power at hand and the higher spirit that's better than man and greater than any man here on earth. So that's what I want to make sure. You guys on the air, I see someone. You know, I like to do this, and you know I like to get to places where we could spend some valuable time. Look at the vegetation there and the green air, and it's so fresh. As I breathe the air, all I can think about is his presence. And all I can think about is all the wonderful things that he's done for me and my family, and all the things that he's continuously doing, and all the things that he will and shall do for you if you find a place for him in your heart. And if you're on the air now, thank you for the hearts. Thank you. I see people's name. You're joining. Welcome to the Transformers Academy. Welcome to this week's transformational vitamin of Do You Know God and What Do You Know About Him? If you'd like to just send a shout out to, just let us know one great thing that you know about God. What is it, the one thing that you know about God? Thanks for the hearts. If you're on the air and you can say one thing about God that you know about for sure, just send it out to us. Just send it out to us. Because I know that I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone because there's people on the air now who's sending hearts, letting us know that God is in the presence of their walk. Whatever their walk may be, he's aligned themselves with their presence. And I can guarantee you their lives are a lot better when you become in tune with knowing the essence of God. Okay? All right. So, guys, I'm going to make sure that we keep these broadcasts going. When you get the alerts, come on out and join us. Listen, we have fun. Isn't this fun? This is not entertainment. This is not church. This is not nothing against those things. This is not a sporting events, but this is about an evolutionary movement of transformation. And so when I come on the air, I try to make sure that my focus is to give you tools and things that you're already doing and putting into place. And I know that you guys are leaders in your communities. I know that you are making an impact. And I know that you are bringing hope, joy, peace, forgiveness, love to those persons in need. And isn't that a great feeling to know that you're impacting someone's life with just a simple hug, just a simple word, just a simple hug of hope? And so that's what I wanted to make sure that I do, guys. It's vacation time. I'm going to be headed out. I'll tell you guys, you'll see me in a location. When you see my name come up and you see the tweets come up, come on the air. We're going to be talking about this all week. And I want to know what you guys think about what is your relationship and what do you know about God? Okay. Any questions or comments before I depart off the air? It's been such a blast. But I want to thank you guys for allowing me to spend just a millisecond of your time to share my story and share my inspiration to you, because I can tell you guys it's been an enormous walk. Those of you who know my story know that I've gone from convicted felon to normalcy in community, and also having a drug and alcohol problem for years, almost self-destruction. I mean, these are things that I could not have overcome without the presence of God. There's no way I could have gotten to even talk about where I am today, which is in a much better place because I know God. And those are the things that I want you to identify. You don't have to share those things publicly. I share those things in essence because I'm proud. I'm happy. I'm happy that he brought me from this place to this place. It's been so dark and looming, and now I'm starting to see the light. So I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the hearts, whoever's sending those hearts. You're making me blush. It's so welcoming. It's so empowering for me. And I want to spend some time with you guys. Remember, you can catch me at DrAngeloReynolds.com, where you can go there and find out what things we're doing, something that may be feasible for your organization or your agency, and we'll come out and provide those services for you guys. And also send us your email. We're on YouTube. Check those videos out. And on Instagram, I have a lot of things on Instagram that we're talking about because people are liking some of the things that we're saying. And I'm liking that these hearts are still coming for you guys. Okay, guys, I won't hold you long. Thank you for your time. But as I depart, think about where you are in terms of your essence with the Creator. Are you embedded in love? I'm not selling anything. This is not a sales pitch. Remember, I'm here because I'm sharing information. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. I'm not selling anything. This is about a movement, a transformation movement from one place to the next. So guys, if you're interested, make sure you follow me. Share these things with your camaraderies. Share them with people that you love. But more important, well, you know, keep your comments to yourself. We won't entertain those things. It's all good. May God be your best blessings. And guess what, guys? We love you all. God loves you all. And we'll see you soon. And may the blessings of God continue to be yours. Have a good day.